And action.
What? Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna check the transmission mounts. I'm gonna get underneath it. I'm gonna have Dad shift it. And if the transmission moves, the mount's probably bad. Is my assumption. It's not supposed to do that. And then we're also going to pull out the gauge cluster, and see if we can diagnose why the gauge cluster is not working. Gotta want it. I said you gotta want it.
You mean you can't just push a button?
No. See if the transmission is moving while you're shifting, but I can see where the sound's coming from. So it's like where it meets to meet the drive shaft. That's where it's.
I think it's always gonna clunk.
I think that's just normal.
Well, in this truck, yeah.
I mean, I've seen other square bodies not clunk when they shift them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think we need transmission people to look at it, probably.
I guess. But that mount is bad regardless. Like it's. So maybe it could help. I don't know. Anyways, let's take apart the gauge cluster. So I don't really know what I'm looking at. So when he was shifting into drive and reverse, I was hoping that I would see like if the transmission was moving. And I thought, yeah, well, if it's doing that, then the mount's bad. The mount's bad regardless because the rubber's rotted out. But I don't know if that's the issue on why it's making the clunk noise. So, I don't know. Either way, we'll replace that mount and then just kind of go from there. Broken. Not even connected to anything. Oh, look. Oh, this is what I wanted to replace for the lights. We could fix this while we're in here. Just the shifter, because it's so it just attaches right here. This string, I think because I don't know if you noticed when you were shifting, like it was it doesn't really tell you where you're at.
Oh.
So none of our gauges are working. I don't know what the temp is. The clock is broken. The oil pressure doesn't work. Speedometer doesn't work. The fuel gauge doesn't work, and neither does the battery. You can see it's just limp. These two things are mechanical, so this might be something we can fix. Oh, it's a cable that feeds in the back, but the other stuff I'm not so sure. And I figured, well, we just take it out and see what we can see. If there's anything different. Yeah, it's all brittle. It's literally this piece right here. Like it's not. No, there's a certain way that this needs to go.
Oh my god. Why are you breaking everything?
It's super brittle. Pretty sure she bought this new.
Just gonna have to come out in pieces.
At this point.
Let Dad give it a try.
Take a crack at it.
Can I get rid of this? Not connected. There we go.
Stuff just
See it?
keeps dropping.
Okay.
And it shouldn't be this hard, right?
Nope.
I don't know how they would have got it in there in the first place. Because then this doesn't come out. That's just that circuit board you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's pop this off and see. I mean, we're kind of done with it, aren't we?
Yeah. The gauge cluster?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's toast. It's so brittle. Wasn't even connected.
Well, the cable's there, so that just kind of fits in there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it works. You spin it fast enough. But it's like, yeah, the cable's still connected to this one. It doesn't make any sense. So it's like, almost they would have had to, tip it,
And then, yeah.
stick it in there, but that means they had to make all their attachments before they actually put it in.
Right.
So those cables, if there's a cable or anything, should
Come out with
forward.
it. Yeah.
I would think. I mean, it's very close. Yeah, that's attached. This was like, it's just like a clip,
If that's what's holding it in.
I think so. Okay. Looks like it's screwed on.
I think. Can you remove it just from
That's not a pipe, is it? Or if you disconnect that, you got water, oil that comes out. See it?
Feels like a pipe. Well, it wouldn't. Oil shouldn't come out of it, right?
Well, I mean, how do you get your?
Wouldn't it just be like pressure from?
From the oil.
If it doesn't work, you can just take this cage out. Or I guess we still have to disconnect that from the back, right?
Yeah.
Remember I said it would be easy? I'm gonna disconnect the battery so whatever Dad's doing to the gauge cluster doesn't shock him, potentially. So we're just gonna disconnect the battery. I need a tool.
This is Phoenix, Arizona, man. This don't happen here.
More of the broken plastic. Yeah, I fixed it.
I done freezing out here?
It's cold.
You're gonna play with some more.
Oh, nah. That's pretty much it. Right.
Good job.
Yeah, I think we'll call it there. Now I don't have a functional dash. That's true. Now it's just empty space.
Show us.
Maybe we should work on these door handles.
Complimentary from Grandma.
Gotta leave them in there.
Yeah, gets that aroma. We took out the gauge cluster. It was a lot more difficult than we had anticipated. But in the process, it is super brittle. So we're gonna replace the housing, probably the gauges themselves. I'm not really sure. We just need to kind of price it out, see what it's gonna cost. I mean, if the gauges work, we can just keep them and then just replace the housing. I don't know. It's kind of we'll have to do some research, figure it out. But yeah, it was a lot more difficult than we had anticipated. But it's done, and we're just gonna leave this mess and do our research and kind of go from there.
The truck is falling apart.
Find more stuff. There's like this thing. I saw a video where you push. There's a button here, and it should let this out, and then you can put in a new one. This is for the headlights. Aha! Aha! Hold on. Wait. New one, old one, no nappy. Okay. And then, can you imagine just driving this truck?
Yeah, hurry up and fix it.
Takes time and money. I have very little of both. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it for a spin. A nice Sunday stroll.
You could still drive it like that.